I just want to thank Coach Gary and Coach Jerry. I'm just going to take it from my angle as an ex-professional basketball player. You know, being able to dribble the ball is just going to open up opportunities for yourself. All right. The game is evolving all the time. Back in the day, in my generation, usually the point guards were your primary ball handlers. Now, okay, you have your centers and your forwards, okay, um, having that expectation to be able to dribble the ball as well. So it doesn't matter if you're 5 foot or 7 feet, okay. The game's evolved so much that you need to be able to dribble the ball. All right. For me personally, I was groomed. Okay, I was groomed to play the point guard position. Okay, the late Joe White. We had training sessions. Pops was here. He could vouch for that. Is that we would come into the sessions and we would spend about half an hour just on dribbling, ball handling work, working on your weak hands, especially. Okay, let me just tell you how important it is to be able to use your weak hand. All right. If you are right-handed, please work on your left hand. All right. As Coach Jerry and Gary said, you need to be able to move from one part of the court to any other part of the court to create space. But if you're limited in only going one direction, okay, it's very easy for you to be guarded. Does that make sense? Please stop me if you're unsure or you want me to explain what I mean by giving you an example. But as a basketball player, you cannot have any limitations, especially when you're handling the ball. All right? It's fundamental. It's very important that you can handle the ball with either hand. The same confidence you have with your right hand is the same confidence you would have with your left hand. Okay? So when I'm doing my sessions, I really focus on the weak hand. You would never know that I'm right-handed the way I dribble the ball with my left hand. That's the way my coach taught me. He said, if you can be more aggressive with your weaker hand, you're hard to guard. All right. So we start off with the basics. Okay. You build the basic fundamentals. It starts by having, again, your stance. As Coach Jerry said, you need to be shoulder width apart, good stance, solid to the ground. You drop your hips. Okay. Athletic stance. You want to keep your back straight, not leaning over too much. All right. So if you get bumped, it's physical. The game's physical. Okay. You're going to be getting knocked. You're going to be getting pushed. You want to still have control of the ball when this is happening in the heat of the game. All right. So low center of gravity, engaging your core, very important whilst you're dribbling. In anything that you're doing in basketball, it's very important that your core is engaged, your abdominals. Yeah. This is your center of gravity. You need to have that engaged, contracted as you're dribbling, controlling your breathing. Okay. And then it's just rhythm, repetition. All right. Using your fingertips, push down. Okay. Try to keep a rhythm going. All right. It's like you have to enjoy the process. It's something that you have to welcome, to enjoy. It's a skill just as shooting. If you shoot the ball really well, you feel good about it, right? If you can dunk the ball, you feel good about it. All right. Same thing with dribbling. If you can pass the ball, you feel really good about it. If you look at LaMelo Ball, he just got drafted to the NBA. He's a 6'8" point guard that can really pass the ball and dribble. Okay. So the game has changed now. So you have to be comfortable. You need to enjoy. You have to enjoy being able to dribble, to get your teammates involved. Okay. And just being that person. If you have really good ball handling skills, the coach tends to naturally, okay, orchestrate the offense through you. All right. So what that means is you will be the primary ball handler. So you will be the person that dribbles ball down off the floor, like Coach Gary said. Okay. So you are traveling distance from the back court, okay, to the front court. You will be the primary ball handler that will orchestrate the offense. Okay. It's very, very important. I can't stress how important it is. If you don't have good ball handling, you won't be able to get into your offensive sets, which makes you very easy to defend. And ultimately, the goal of winning a basketball game is out the window because we don't have the skill to dribble the ball. All right. As Benny said, it's very important you do your homework. You go and look up some of these point guards. Okay, you check out the YouTube channels or the Instagram channels, and you are always working on your ball handling. Don't just do your ball handling drills when we give them to you. Don't just do them when you go to practice twice a week. All right, you need to be doing it as often as you can. You need to be doing it. It needs to be like the back of your hand. All right, you need to be really familiar with that ball. All right. A few greats have said it before. You sleep with the ball. You take the ball everywhere you go. Okay, that's really going to help you.